Hello everyone. Recently, China launched its prototype of sixth generation aircraft, and that has sparked a big debate in the international media as well as in the Indian media. The debate is all about the delays which are being taken place in the Indian programs, especially the light combat aircraft program LCA, and which will further be going into the AMCA program. So there are a lot of arguments which are going on in the media. One argument says that in last 20 years, even the 40 aircrafts has not come out, while as the other argument in the media says that it is the FOC which is supposed to be given by the designers and the users has only come out in 2019. Today, in spite of these debates, I would like to dwell upon five core issues, and these are my personal views, which can change the course of aircraft production in this country in an innovative way. So the first core issue is the unified design and production agencies. Friends, whatever I am telling is based on my research on the international aircraft agencies. So if we look at the US, where the DARPA is the agencies who develops these developmental programs, and in China it is AVIX, and the similar agencies are there worldwide. Now, one thing which is common among these agencies is that they just give the product to one single agency who develops or does the R&D and manufactures or produce. So this thing is common in terms of China. It is done by the AVIX. AVIX give it to the down the line. The AVIX give it to the Chengdu Corporation, Shenyang Corporation, and they do the research and development and also the production. Similarly, in case of the DARPA in US, they give it to the private industries and they does the research and development and also the production. And it is because that in these developmental programs, there is a lot of back and forth collaboration between the production and the design agencies, which takes a lot of time. So therefore, if there are two different organizations, this path becomes circuitous and it gets delayed. Back in India, if you see the success of ISRO, there also the similar model is being followed, wherein there are the different centers and who expertise into one particular core technology area and they also produce it. So they are the single agency responsible for this. But in India, what happens that there are two different agencies. ADA does the design as well as the product management or the project management. And at the same time, the production is being done by the other agencies like HAL and the other companies. Now, if suppose we come out with a model, there is a point to ponder that if the ADA does the project management and then design is given to the one single agency or the multiple single agencies for the different part of the aircrafts, who will design and produce the whole thing, then probably we will try to match with this unified production and design agency scenario and the result into better results. So with the mythology, I would like to give an analogy for this arrangement, which is called as the Narasimha Avatar. So the power of animal and intellect of human, they work together, and that symbolizes the unification of these two forces, which is very, very important. Now, the second core issue is the engine of the aircraft. And engine development is difficult, and for many years, we have been harping upon the engines from the foreign countries, and it has caused a lot of delay in the program. In fact, the major issue is the supply of engines. So in this context, we must, the ideal is that we should go for our own engine development, Kaveri development, and it is on the cost that initially there may be the failures may be more, MTVF may be less, and there could be lesser thrust and compromises. But over a period of time, these issues will mature because we are a developing economy and then we are going to be third world's largest economy. So therefore, there will be a hesitation by the other competitors to give us the technology. So in fact, the country doesn't have any other way out but to develop its own program for the engine development. And I would like to give an analogy of Matsya Avatar. So in the Matsya Avatar time, what happened? There was a huge flood. So one small fish was able to protect the knowledge prevailing at that point of time. So same way we should take it forward. Third core issue is the weak aerospace infrastructure. So in fact, in any of the progressive countries like US and other countries, there is a very strong ecosystem for aerospace and defense. And this ecosystem is developed by many other big and small private companies. In India, there are nowadays many private companies has come forward, as well as there are MSME. But the core issue is that how do they sustain without a long-term order? So ordering in the large quantities and the long-term assurance is important, because any aerospace infrastructure requires huge investment, and any entrepreneur would not like to do that investment without having the very strong hope for the business or very strong commitments. I would like to give the analogy for this is with the Kurma Avatar. So in the Kurma Avatar, one small tortoise was the one on which the huge mountain was sitting when the Samudra Manthan has taken place. So these MSMEs and the private companies are the one who takes the whole load of the entire infrastructure for the aerospace. So they should be considered for giving the soft loans and the capital at lesser cost and other incentives that are being given nowadays for the other programs that may be thought of giving to these companies so that they also come up like any other industries. In this large projects in this large size of projects to efficiently manage, that core and important issue is collaboration using the technology tools. Now, the US uses multiple networks, secure network, wherein the private players who are part of that mission are also allowed. And they seamlessly integrate and exchange documents, test procedures, collaboration through various mediums, etc., which improves the speed of the project development. In the same lines, in China, they also have their own secured operating system through which they allow the partners to collaborate because of the security reasons. So therefore, it is also necessary that we should have a private network which is completely secured and which is given, partner is given to the access to the various means which is available nowadays like zero trust, VPN, etc. So this is the ease of doing business for developing this project. I would give the analogy of Ram Setu, which was developed in the ancient time for the ease of access. And the last core issue is the larger variety and smaller volumes. And this is one of the major reasons making the use case less attractive to the business point of view. So to solve this problem, normally the countries are giving order for larger aircrafts in one go. And secondly, they have come out with the concept of the dual certification, meaning the civil certified items can be used in military and military certified items can be used in civil. And this increases all. So I would try to um, give an analogy of this with the Dashavatar, which symbolizes the adaptability. And when we adapt military into the civil and civil into the military, it increases the volume. Friends, it is very easy to criticize any program, but the fact lies that India is among one of the countries who are developing this type of programs. And in fact, we should celebrate our scientists, engineers, and pilots who has come out with a design which is a accident-proof design. And definitely this knowledge will help in developing the future MCA programs. Friends, thank you so much. Please like and subscribe and let us discuss this idea further based on your comments.